Paternity fraud. Copy.
Paternity fraud in Louisiana.
Gotcha. Oh, in Louisiana. She called.
That's all over the computer.
Yeah. We want to highlight Louisiana.
Yes, because that's what.
That's where we
It's
from.
from,
That's
yeah.
what our research is from here.
Ms. Brenda is 2.
Let me see, altered people.
Oh, with that.
Rico, y'all outside?
Want me to go? I'm gonna go.
Ooh, yeah, okay, thanks.
Okay.
Okay, we're coming.
And put the date, call in the
Oh,
message.
yep. Let me do,
How you want me to call you? Miss Brenda, Sister Brenda?
Oh, Miss Brenda's good.
Okay. Hey, Polly. Hey, Goddess Jamila. Goddess Nook.
Let's see.
okay, and 10 seconds.
Oh, 10 seconds we live?
Yeah.
Hotep, Habari Ghani, or Assalamu Alaikum. I'm going to be your host this afternoon, Sister Khadijah Asada Rashad, and my guest would be Miss Brenda. And we're just going to go ahead, as you can see, the topic is paternity fraud in the state of Louisiana. Paternity fraud in the state of Louisiana. Now, you do know that it is customary that before we address the community, that we get permission from one of our elders to address the community. I'm going to ask one of the elders in the control booth to please give us permission to address the community.
You may address.
Okay, so we have permission. Now, this is a hard-hitting show, and the telephone number is 337-366-8950. The telephone, well, you see we got two different telephone numbers, so this telephone number is saying...
It's the same one.
It's
If
the
they call either one, it'll come in.
Oh, if you call either one, it's going to come in. So let's just go ahead. 337-366-8950 or 337-366-8951. We're asking that when you call in, just call in with good questions, good comment. This is a business community-oriented show, and we're taking our time out to try to enlighten the community, particularly our young men and women, but particularly our young men, because we're talking about paternity fraud in Louisiana. Now, I want to also let everybody know, I don't know if you could see this, that there's going to the provisional government of the Republic of New Africa, the Nguzo Saba, they're going to have a meeting March the 26th through the 28th. March the 26th through the 28th. It's a unity in the New African community. What time is it? Nation time. For further information, you can email ranadpg@gmail.com. You could email ranadpg@email. It's for Nation Day. Well, we're gonna, and as you see, our background is the one and only, the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. Marcus Mosiah Garvey was one of the greatest fighters around. We had one of our good revolutionary fighter, Miss Moore, from New Iberia, Queen Mother Moore, who was Marcus Garvey, one of Marcus Garvey right hand, and we want to like just take the time to talk with our ancestors, to let our ancestors know that we are here, and we're doing the best that we can to uplift our community, whether our community is both in Africa, here in the United States, we are all here. Now, we're going to go ahead and get right into the topic. Paternity fraud in Louisiana. That should have had an explanation mark, or about 4 or 5 explanation mark, because when you're talking about paternity fraud, this is really, really serious. So I'm going to go ahead and just let Miss Brenda go ahead and explain through her research, what did she find out when doing a research on child support, paternity fraud? How did you come about knowing that this was paternity fraud, and what physical evidence that you have to back up the statement that you have been saying?
Okay, the paperwork I've been studying this paperwork for over 5 years. This was belonged to a member of my family that was put in this position.
Okay.
Okay. During the years, I've studied the paperwork, and I called around and asked questions.
You asked questions.
And the paperwork, after carefully looking at the paperwork, I saw where there was discrepancies.
Okay.
The specimen that was used to do the DNA testing was specimen from 11 years ago.
Okay, the specimen that was used to do the DNA testing
was specimen from 11 years ago.
Was specimen from 11 years ago.
Yes.
Off over there. No. Specimen from 11 years ago behind Marcus Garvey. That one. Okay. And that meant that, okay, say I went to do a blood test for my child support, and they took my blood test. All right. So when they took my blood, they put it against the mother's, against the alleged child blood to find out if we have the same type, if that's my kid. All right. So now you're saying is that when the person went to give his blood, the blood specimen was 11 years old.
The specimen they used was from the mother and child was from 11 years ago instead of the present one.
Instead of the present one.
Yeah, they had drawn some that present year.
Yes.
But
keep on.
yeah, okay. Yeah, they had drawn some the DNA that present year, but I guess they did not get the answer they were seeking with the DNA specimen for that year.
Yes.
So they used the old specimen from 2002, and they named this person the father.
Okay, so I this is confusing, but when you're talking about fraud should not be something that's confusing.
Yes.
Fraud means that they're doing something illegally.
Yes.
And we know Louisiana has a long history of doing things illegally.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Brenda just told us that the specimen that they took, which was supposed to be like what they was going to do the test on,
Yes.
was not that specimen. That specimen that they did the test on to say that the child is yours was like 11 years old.
11 years ago, the specimen was, yeah.
11 years ago.
Yeah, and I learned this by learning, the number within the specimen, like you see that 02 right there?
Okay.
Khadija, 02 means that's the year.
Oh.
That specimen, yes.
Okay, yeah, I see it. It's plain.
Yeah.
02.
Yeah.
That means that was the year that it was taken.
Yeah, that's old specimen. Why would they need old specimen? They had fresh specimen.
Right. Ooh, this is.
Now this is the test, Khadija, that was taken with all the correct specimen numbers.
Okay.
Now I got a hold of that, but we never got the results for that test.
Oh, you never got the result
No,
of this
we never
test.
got- Girl, when we turned that corrupt attorney in at the in Baton Rouge, that disciplinary council,
Right. Who was the corrupt attorney?
Richard D. Michaels.
Okay, because I believe in calling out name. Michaels
Yeah, Richard D. Michaels from Lake Charles, Louisiana.
from Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Yes.
Okay, so the corrupt attorney Richard D. Michaels from Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Yes.
He was the one that had been filing the papers.
Yeah, he filed the wrong test into court records. This was the test should have been filed. You see with all these correct specimens?
Yes.
That's all the correct. That's the dad, the mom. Yes, that's
All right.
all the correct. Now that should have been filed. into
Okay.
court.
And when we say specimen, we actually mean
Yeah, the
who
testing,
that they
DNA,
done.
Yeah, the DNA testing. Yeah. When you you're supposed to have all the same specimen number.
Okay.
When you're doing DNA testing,
Yes.
it can't be from what, 2015 for 2013. No, it gotta be. And that's for 13, 13, 13, because that's when it was taken.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
And so with I mean, and this is just a fourth of your paperwork.
Yeah. Oh,
I've
yeah, I got
seen
many more.
I've seen paperwork this
Yeah.
high.
And look, this other man also have the same specimen, and this was taken in 04.
What? It
04.
sure
And
was.
look, what is the specimen? 02?
Yes.
Yes.
02.
So that mean that was never ran. This test they just gave this man to this man,
Oh.
this child to this. Yes.
My land. And
No.
you know
Mm-hmm.
what this has done? This is opening up more than a can of worms. This is something that mostly our young men
Yes.
who wind up
In jail.
incarcerated behind child support.
Child support, and they're usually not the fathers.
And
they
they
rigged the test.
they rigged. And you know what, Miss Brenda, you're not going to believe that, but there was several years ago, they had took this test with someone that I know real close, and he was the fifth father that they had made take the test. So I tells him, I say, look, they're gonna give you that child regardless, because how many times each time the state have to do a DNA test, that costs them money.
Exactly.
And if you don't test four men, then for sure the fifth man, if you are corrupt, like we're saying with the paternity fraud in Louisiana,
Yes.
then you're gonna go ahead and give it to him.
Yes, he will. Yes, he will.
Oh my man! So I know what we are trying to do. We're trying to say, look, young men, women, look, we want you to take care of your children. That's
Exactly,
mandatory.
exactly.
But we want you to take care of the child that is actually yours. It's not fair that somebody else who's the father, he can go around and do la-da-da, do anything he want to do. He can go around and do anything he want to do. However, you have child support payments that's due every month. Whenever you go to jail for not being able to pay for your child support, they don't take away those times. So if I'm serving 2 months for my alleged child, then when I get out, seems like to me you should take away the 2 months. They don't take away jack anything.
Yes.
Before we go any further, can we take the caller?
Sure.
Caller, you have a question or comment for my spectacular guest, Miss Brenda.
Oh, yeah, Miss Brenda, you are spectacular. Good evening, Sister Khadijah, and good evening, Miss Brenda.
Yes.
You know, hey, look, I called you on Friday, I think it was, and I had a statement of embezzlement. They are embezzling our money, not just in fraud, but I have, and I know for a fact because nobody told me this, I was in the movie. I was a part of the movie, you know, and I paid an attorney to help me with this. Harold Register.
Harold Register.
I'm gonna call his name.
Oh, you got to.
Yeah, Yeah, because he has been charged with fraud in his law practice. So I know he took things from me and never gave me anything, you know. And I do know, you know, these tests are rigged because they have been rigged on me.
Yes.
I am not talking about what I heard somebody else say. I'm talking about what happened to me.
Yes.
And I know they do it. But the thing of it is, I appreciate Miss Brenda coming on and waking up and rattle cages about this. Because a lot of times these attorneys, when you go to them to help you in maternity, they act like they're scared of the Louisiana child support system.
That's true.
You know,
That's right.
That's
and
so
they want to
true.
go. They want to hear what the Louisiana child support system say, and that means, you know, whatever we say is what it is. But they want to attack them. So, you know, I hear what you're saying. I would like to be a part of your program. I don't like to join organizations, but this is one I would join because I have a vested interest in it. And California dropped my child support because I was all paid up and everything.
Yes.
These kids was of age. Idaho. And the only thing I know about Idaho is they got some damn potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay? Man, they've been embezzling, not just stealing. They've been embezzling
That's a good
my
point.
money.
That's a
And the
good point.
state of Louisiana
Yes.
went along with it with no evidence. I keep asking them for evidence, and they can't give it to me because they embezzling my money. I thank you guys for giving me this opportunity to visit and say what I had to say.
We
Thank
we want to thank you too, Brother Wallace, for having the courage to speak truth to power, and that's exactly what we need. We need truth to power because we're not doing this for self. We're doing this for our young brothers, our men that's out there that's petrified. When I say petrified, petrified to go to court. Petrified to go to court because they treat them like they some animals. They treat them like they're criminals.
Yes.
They wasn't no damn criminals when they was making the baby, but then when the mama and them don't get along, then it's easy to say, well, okay, I'm gonna put the man on you. You know, I'm gonna put the man on you. And if a man is taking care of his child, whether it's monetary, whether it's picking the child up, taking the child to school, buying clothes and everything like that, you don't need to put that man on child support. We know the ones that needs to be on child support and everything like that, but there are some that have actually been with their children from day one, you know, and when the relationship end, oh, lot it out, I'm gonna send you to the man. Whoo, Brother Jake, I have this right up in here. You can put this right up over there. Well, you take another one. But this is really, really astonishing. Now, what we need to do, in order for us to file a class action lawsuit, against the state of Louisiana, what is it that we need? Right? What is it that we need?
We need more young men to come forward.
Okay.
You know, we'll like I said, you know, if they're willing to give us their DNA analysis.
Okay, they need to have their DNA analysis.
Yes, I could read it. I could read their DNA analysis to see if, you know, if that's the correct specimen form or the paperwork that they put in, that they put child support, the paperwork, Khadija, that the state.
Just keep it.
Yeah.
The paperwork that they put in.
Yeah, the paperwork, that the state used, to, you know, to
So-
put child support on them.
Right.
See if the paperwork is not, because they've been using obsolete paperwork.
Obsolete paperwork. That sound like them low dog.
It's not correct.
Yes.
You know, and then in my family, in my case, you know, they did a fake garnishment.
Wait, they did a fake
A fake
garnishment?
garnishment, yes. I got this paper from the court, and the court said that nothing was ever filed for money to be garnished.
Okay.
That's what even the paperwork says was garnished.
Right. It
I
should,
mean, the paperwork I got from Lake Charles.
yes.
They say they looked and it, you got to read right there. And it's
Uh-huh.
and no, yes.
Yes.
And that's from the court, the official from the court, Michael Chadwick sent me that.
Yes, yes, yes. And he don't even have it notarized, because usually they're
Yeah.
supposed to have it
Yeah, he
notarized.
had it notarized, but I made so many copies.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
notarized.
All right.
Yeah, the guy he was trying to help. I corrupt
Yes.
in the court system.
Oh,
is,
now
It's-
this is really, really major. And what we're trying to do, we're trying to bring out important information about our state, Louisiana, which is one of the most corrupt states in
Yes.
existence. This is the Community Defender TV program. Brother Darrell had extra work to do, so he asked us to please come in and do a show. Because, he don't like to re-air. So when Brother Jay and I was talking, we said, well, we got a hot topic. We got a hot topic, Miss Brenda, and everything. And so when we contacted Miss Brenda at the last minute, because we already knew through the years that you had all of your paperwork together. You have been doing all of your research.
Yes.
And when you hear something, but when you see it in black and white, it helps you to understand, what is it that you're really going against? We're going against some beasts, some monsters. We're going against people that would take your livelihood, take your children,
Yes.
and just throw them in prison behind child support, which is uncalled for. There are those that don't take care of their children. Yes, they need to figure out a way to make them pay child support. But you got people that you have tried to criminalize because they made the child. They don't. Y'all not together. But now I'm gonna go to the white man and I'm gonna get him to put you on child support. And that's horrific. One guy, Miss Brenda, he took and he committed suicide.
Yes, he did. Yes.
You remember
Yeah,
what
I
he had owed?
I don't remember, but
But
I know he was in jail most of the time. And
Oh.
said, how can these kids be for him? And he was, in jail.
And he was in jail.
And he saw no way out. The state did this, the state of Louisiana.
This is a live segment. You could reach us at 337-366-8950. I wanted to say happy belated birthday to Aunt Mary Dale. Happy belated birthday to Mama Genevieve Broussard. She used to be known as the Pie Lady and everything. And we're in the midst of stating what is actually going on in the state of Louisiana when it comes down to child support. Now, I remember going to court with my grandson, and he would tell me, he said, and then I couldn't go in the back with him, and he would tell me, he would say, Mama, do they talk to me so bad? They talk to me like I'm nothing. You got to pay the child support. Well, if I had a job, I would have been paying for it. One lady from New Iberia, I think her name is Brenda, from New Iberia, who wind up, she's like, she goes inside of the, she's one of the office or whatever, the clergy that goes inside, take down the information and everything. And my grandson said, she talked to me so bad, like she was the judge, like she was mad that I couldn't pay child support. And for Helen be damned, I couldn't understand why she was so mad, because of the simple fact, if you look at your history, and I'm saying if you look at your history back in New Iberia, Jacqueline Jurac, myself, we were ones that was targeting the parish courthouse. Brother Jay, we always targeting the parish courthouse because they had all these little white girls that could work, do the clerk work, do all of this, and we're starting to raise some good questions. Why do we not have black representation in Iberia Parish in the courthouse like we have when it come down to going to court. Why there is no black representation? We only had a few, I think maybe about 3 black women at that particular time. And today it was through the work that we done, even though what's his name, the clerk of court, well, we had the clerk of court, Patrick Sommier, who stole over $80,000 in New Iberia from the parish clerk and was charged with theft of no more than $500,000. We had another clerk of court who got caught in some type of rigmarole between Haney, Vines, or whatever the other corrupt
Last one.
district attorney. What's his name?
The last clerk of court, I don't have his name over here.
Okay, I can't think of it, but then
Yeah, the last.
the last one.
Yeah.
So when we come up with our title, which is paternity fraud in Louisiana, that should not offend nobody, or it should not surprise nobody. But I tell you what should surprise you is that it's up to us, it's up to the people for us to go ahead and bring this full circle. You know, somebody need to be charged with lying, sending out misinformation about paternity tests, and they need to be charged.
Rigging paternity tests, and it's usually the lab, the scientist that's doing the rigging by the state request. The state request. That's what I've learned. That's what I've learned.
Well, yeah, because they all work together. You know, they all work together now. For anybody that wants to get in touch with Ms. Brenda, you can call us at 337-366-8951. 337-366-8951, and we're going to take down your information. Now, one of the things that she needs you to do, this is from the Louisiana Department of Children and Family Services of Child Support. You need to be able to have, your date of birth, the name of the part in this case. How could they contact you?
Let me see. Louisiana. Okay, that's for what that's for up there, representation?
Yeah,
okay.
Authorized
They
representative.
need a representative, and you need that form. You see that form say?
Oh, that form,
Yes.
it says SES 35,
They need that form.
Rev, R-E-V, period,
Yeah.
60611.
They're revised. It's been revised.
It's been revised.
Yeah.
Issued obsolete. Well, you need to have this particular paperwork done in order for Miss Brenda to look at your paperwork and to see, because you have to have your specimen, you have to have all that you need to go for child support.
Yeah. Let me see what this one is for.
Yes.
Child support enforcement. Okay, that's for the
And in order for us to file a class action lawsuit, we've got to have people coming forward. There's no way.
We need people to come forward.
We need people to come forward.
We really do. We can help you if you come forward.
If you come forward.
Yes.
Yes. Caller, you have a question or comment?
Yes, good evening, and I definitely appreciate Ms. Brenda coming forward, and this is something a long time coming discussion. And usually when the discussion in Sister Khadijah in the past, when men would bring it up, it would be a great backlash against them, even from some of the local people, when you try to sit down and have an honest discussion about this thing. Because, just think about what Ms. Brenda is saying. There's no constraints. There's no type of overseeing of the evidence. Let's say the DNA. Who certifies the DNA? Who certifies the people who do the DNA? What are their accreditations? Who do they answer to? Do they answer to the district attorney office? Do they answer to a state board? Do they answer to the Louisiana state legislature? I think we should start with the Louisiana state legislature and work our way through to the federal government level. Now is the time, since Biden want to enact some criminal justice reform and include that in the Criminal Justice Reform Acts that they're pushing now. They just recently looked at the George Floyd thing. They need to lump all that in. The over-criminalization of black men, that's who it mainly affects. And given the status of the economic situation of a lot of black men, a lot of us, or a lot of people, going to be behind the 8 ball. What happened in COVID-19? Who they putting babies on right now? You know, who they attaching those funds to now?
Yes.
So, like I say, I'm with Miss Brenda. We need some oversight. We need some investigation. We need to check that out. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And we also need to get in touch with the ACLU, because like they need to be ones that's helping us spearhead this, because there's no way on earth that you could tell me that all of these men that's going to court for child support that they rightfully need to be going to court. That's unjust, but they don't care. They don't care, and this is coming from me. Hello, caller. I'm sorry. Question or comment?
Sister Khadija, you remember Bunny Jeffrey Landry Jr.?
Oh yeah, we can't forget Bunny.
Yeah, well, I'm pulling a hymn tonight. You know, this last caller that you had, he was so right in what he was saying. You know, and the thing of it is, we have to start getting legislation down, because we have had too much Klan justice. And that's what a lot of this stuff is. The Klan, which we call white supremacists now, because we didn't give them a fancy name, you know, but it was Klan justice.
That's right.
Back then.
That's right.
You know, and it seemed like back then, Klan justice, injustice is going on with us now. And the thing of it is, everybody don't have what Miss Brenda have, and that's knowledge to understand what's going on.
That's right.
And I'm asking a lot of these people that is fraudulently being convicted of
That's true.
child support,
Yes.
you know, and that's fraudulent conviction. You know, it should be a law against that.
Yes.
You know, because when you take a man off his job because he don't have or he haven't paid back child support,
Yeah.
you know, how you want him to keep paying child support if you go get him off his job and put him in jail? What is the matter with that?
That's right.
Something is wrong. So, and it's predominantly against young black men,
That's right.
black people,
Exactly.
regardless how it goes, you know, because Clay Higgins, you know, when he got in office, the first order was his business was to get rid of his $100,000 back child support. You know, when he went and got rid of his back child support, he should have got rid of everybody in the state of Louisiana back child support off too. But he didn't do that. He was being greedy for himself.
That's
you know?
right.
And a lot of black people helped get him in office. You know, it wasn't just white people. There was a lot of black people helping get in office too because of his past in the Opelousas Sheriff Department on Crime Stoppers. I know that's for a fact because I heard it too many times in the community that I live in. Hey, I thank you guys. You know, I hope this is my last call. And y'all done a wonderful job. Thank y'all.
All right. No, you know, you got something to say. Hey, we enjoy hearing from you. And what that was that Clay Higgins supposedly got, he was a country bumpkin. He owed over $100,000 in child support. He was saying that he was trying to arrest the gremlin gangs, calling them.
Black man, that's why he was fired from this Opelousas PD before he went to St. Landry.
He was fired from the Opelousas PD before he went to St. Landry for bruising a black man. You know, and
Forced to resign, I'm sorry.
he was forced to resign. But then still, my grandson, Raymond Shahid Barnett, he was arrested for back child support payment of $4,300 of a child that he was already taken care of. Now they arrested him, and them no good ass bastards in New Iberia, the police department in New Iberia, they took and they arrested him, and he was his mother was getting him out the very next couple of days. They arrested him that Saturday. He was getting out that Wednesday or something like that, and they wind up killing him in Iberia Parish Jail. And I don't have no respect for them whatsoever, but it just goes to show you how white folks can continue to do what they want, when they want, change the laws, because of course, if my grandson, Raymond Shaheed Barnett Jr. had been a white man, he would have still been alive.
Yes.
He would have still been alive. And this is a live segment. The topic is paternity fraud in Louisiana. And you have Ms. Brenda and myself, Sister Khadijah, that's giving you all some actual facts. Now, we are trying to bring a class action lawsuit against the state of Louisiana. You know, that's going to take some real power to do that, and I believe that the power is in the people.
Yes.
I mean, if we all come together, then we could do what we need to do when it comes down to some of these scumbags. And that's how you have to see it. You know, how is it that my grandson got to be suffering for paying child support because they're no longer with the mother and stuff like that. And them young girls, some of these young women, they taunt these men. When they do get a lump sum of money, they'll either show, oh, this is what I went to do. I went to get my nails done. I went to get my hair done. I'm in the motel. You know, I'm doing all of this. That's ridiculous. That's disrespectful. You know, and if the shoe fit, wear it. You know, that's the way I feel. You could call us in at 337-366-8950. 337-366-8950. Brother Jay, now we also are streaming live, right?
Yes.
What are we streaming live on?
On Facebook.
Okay, we're streaming live on Facebook. So you could go to Facebook under Community Defender.
Defending our community.
Go to Facebook under Defending Our Community and you will catch us streaming live. Now, where it stands right now, you have Miss Brenda who want to help our young men out by having it so where if you've gone to child support, you have your paperwork that's done. She want to be able to look at your paperwork because Miss Brenda have stated that you have specimen that some 11 years
Yeah,
old.
they use 11 years ago instead of the present. You know, the present they use it from 11 years ago. They don't care as long, you know.
And they
The state of Louisiana,
That's
and
right.
also the lab, the state uses the corrupt scientists.
hey, I wish we had their name. Corrupt scientists who took an oath
Yes.
that they're going to go ahead and do the best that they can.
For the children, yes.
Yes, and they some liars, bold-faced
They
liars.
doing this, they selling these kids to the lowest bidder.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And we're just asking young men from anywhere, if you have your paperwork for child support, just give it to us, and Ms. Brenda's going to go ahead and research and see if these numbers are correct. She knows how to read the paperwork. You know, they be having these a whole bunch of numbers of this, numbers of that, doc this, doc
Yes.
that. But you understood
Yes, I understood, yes.
how to read it.
Yes, I educated myself on learning how to
Yeah.
read specimen from a good scientist friend of mine. He helped me out good.
Okay,
My
that's
scientist-
that.
Yes, my scientist friend helped me.
That's OJT. That's on the job training. OJT on the job training. Now, the way that they do when you're arrested for child support, you go before those crooked ass judges. Like if they don't have children elsewhere, you know, because some of them right there in New Iberia had children elsewhere and everything, and whether you're working or not, you got to come up with that money, you know. Then what they do, they They take your driver's license away from you. They take, you don't have a driver's license. They also take and, like, say the stimulus check that was issued. You know, some of them stimulus check could have gone to on their case, but they took their stimulus check,
yes.
and where is that at?
Stimulus check was supposed to help somebody because of COVID-19. It's supposed to help everybody.
Okay, the stimulus check from Brother Jay was supposed to help everybody, and that was because of COVID-19. And it's not that you get the stimulus check and, oh, you owe back child support. Well, I'm going to put that on your child support.
Arrears, yeah.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not right. And we welcome any judges, any scientists to call in, because, like, we don't believe y'all even understood the oath that you were supposed to take.
Yes.
You wasn't supposed to say, well, I'm going to work on the behalf of who have me employed. You were supposed to be working on the behalf of the community.
Yes.
Protect and serve.
Yes.
Like a lot of y'all don't even do. Gee,
Yeah.
you got some water. Gee, you got some water. I'm losing my voice. But that's where we at right now. That's where we at. I don't see. And we're just asking anyone to please let us know. Call us and let us know what's going on. If it doesn't, if your son don't want to call, then mom or grandma,
Yes, mom,
you
yes,
call
mom.
from. You call from.
Yes.
And what we're here, what we're trying to, like, get our message to the community is to let our young men, and they have like a few women, to let our young men know that, you know, just because they say that you're a criminal because you owe back child support, don't believe in them. If you have your paperwork, you have someone that is here to do your paperwork, to read these numbers. And when I say numbers, show me one of them right there. I mean, it's just out of the box. Hell, it's just about take a scientist to figure out all these doggone numbers, you know. And that's the reason, because they don't want us. They don't want us to be able to read this and understand them, you know, because I'm like seeing all of these numbers, the YN 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the 3, then another 3, another. I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah,
It is a lot.
And I've also learned that about they got rare genes that black people do not inherit. Yes. So I could read your specimen form or your DNA analysis, and I could tell you about these rare genes that black do not run in black people.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
Isn't that something? Yeah, rare genes.
Rare genes
that do
only
not run
in
with
black
us.
I'm gonna put. Oh no, I'm good, thank you. In black population.
Yes. Oh my land.
Yes.
Because yes, that is the truth. You got some people that saying that it's I'm gonna drink both of them. Some people that saying that it's sickle, that, you know, how could that be my child? In sickle cell trait, it goes over, it passes. You know, so how is that?
Yeah, hereditary.
Yeah, that's hereditary. So,
Yes,
but the child don't have it.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, it's just.
And I just wanted to say that, you know, with what's been going on with COVID-19, you know, we have to take we have to wear our mask, we have to take the test, and we took the test right before we came in and everything like that. But, you know, it's so heartbreaking. And if it's heartbreaking for us to be trying to, like, keep ourselves safe, making sure that we're not passing along no germs or anything like that, what do you think? What do you think when it comes down to making people feel so low for child support, and you're not even doing nothing, and you know that that's not their child? Call it. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you again. I had to call back to
Yes.
ask a question.
Yes.
And this question is from Ms. Brenda. can we call and request our child support record from child support?
Yes, that's a form. Khadijah, can you read them that form? What is that form? SE?
Yes, there's a form SES 35 REV revised 06/11. And it says Louisiana Department of Children and Family Service Child Support Enforcement. We could give you this copy, Brother Wallace, and so that you don't have no hesitation with what it is that you're requesting.
Okay, thank you.
That's
That's what I was. Like I said, I don't need to keep calling back.
Oh, we want you to call.
When the question hit me, I got to ask, and the only dumb question is the one that you don't ask.
And really,
Appreciate you guys.
thank you. And those are not dumb questions,
No, they're not. No, they're
because if you don't ask, you won't know.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing. We're here talking on behalf of paternity fraud in the state of Louisiana. Now, you know the state of Louisiana, from our governors, our lieutenant governors, we have had crimes throughout. So many people in high offices,
Exactly.
you know, has been with crime or has been convicted, or you know. So it's not far-fetched. You know, when you just see this, you like saying, well, Louisiana was number one when it came down to being the most corrupt city in existence. And let's get this straight. The reason why we talk about Louisiana is because we're from Louisiana and we want to make Louisiana better. And we do make Louisiana better because we let you know what type of BS that they're doing beforehand. You don't see us like trying to hide from you or anything like that. We're gonna tell it to you in the front of your face, in private or behind closed doors. You know who we are, and we're proud of that. We're proud to say that the activists here in the state of Louisiana has always been in the forefront. We haven't been behind closed doors, whipping and bowing down. You know, we've always stood straight. Trust me. And the telephone number to call is 337-366-8950. 337-366-8950. And as it stands, when Sister Janelle was alive, may she rest in peace. Sister Janelle used to, you could bring things to Sister Janelle, and she would just say, well, you know, give me a time to dig into it and everything like that. And she would dig into it.
Yeah.
We really need a representation, because we got to take some of these demons to court, and that's the only way we could get things rectified. But I believe that it's out in the atmosphere, that we're talking about it. Somebody's going to see this and they're going to say, damn, I need to get in touch with them. This is how I do that. You know, somebody's going to say, well, you know what? This happened to me. As a matter of fact, there was another case where this man, he had been paying child support since the child was born. The child is like 12 right now. He had gotten married, and so the other lady, child mother, she said, well, you know, you could get married and you could be in this and you could be in that. Well, I'm going to bring you to child support. I want more money. And so he was like saying, well, you know, you don't need to do this. I take care of my... No, I want more money. His wife convinced him, let's do a paternity test. He said, no, I'm not doing a paternity test, because she's a spitting image of my grandmother, you know. She's a spitting image of my mama. Done a paternity test, came back 99.9% not your child. You hear me? Not your child. So you know the traumatic for the young girl to find out that the daddy that she always knew wasn't her daddy. For him and his family, you know, that takes things to a whole nother level. That's criminal to me.
It is.
You know, that's criminal to me.
You know, yes.
This is a live segment. You're dealing with Community Defender. We want to thank Brother Darrell for giving Ms. Brenda and myself the opportunity to come on. And we want to also remember that we're here talking on behalf of our community. We're here with our topic, which is paternity fraud in the state of Louisiana. And if you know your history about the beautiful state that you live in, which we do love Louisiana and everything, it's up to us to bring out the other atrocities that happens here in the state of Louisiana. It's not unusual to know that, okay, Louisiana has the highest incarceration rate in the world. You know, Louisiana unjustly denies parole eligibility to over half of its prisoners, many of whom are first offenders. Now, we're second, but damn, anything that's low and down dirty, we're at the top of that. You know, we're leading. I think Mississippi took us maybe by 1% or 2. You know, but Louisiana stands tall for itself. You know, we the only state that given solitary confinement for like some 30, 40 years, solitary confinement to the Angola 3, those brothers. Even when the courts itself had told them to get them out of confinement like that, you know, Louisiana did what it want to do, like it always do, and that's why we're here to tell you another lousy truth about our state, is that, you know, they be lying when it comes down to a paternity test. Go ahead, Miss Brenda.
And I've reached out to the Director of Child Support Enforcement, Katrina Jack. Of course, you know, she turned a blind eye.
Oh?
Yes, she's turned a blind eye. I reached out to Marquetta Walters. She's the Secretary of Department of Children and Family Service. She also turned a blind eye to what's going on.
And it's a reason why they turn a blind eye, is because they want their filthy secret to continue to be kept as a secret.
Yeah, so how can she be Secretary of Children and Family Services? Well, she don't care.
Yeah.
She don't care.
And what's her name again?
Marquetta Walters.
Okay, Marquetta Walters. You know, we need to send her emails and asking her, you know, when will you start doing your real job?
She took an oath.
Yeah.
When will she? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. They all take oath. And I know I had found some statistics that I was trying to bring. You have these men. Well, there's a lot of men, and there was also one woman. You have a Tony Alfred. He owes $47,714.40. His last address was in Hammond. You have DeMarcrio Bro. You know, he owed $12,976. You have Dempsey Leo Brown Jr. He owed $93,989.25. I don't know if you could see him, but you could go to the website. Now, how are they going to pay for this if indeed they don't win a lottery? There's no way in hell they're going to pay for this. And these are real people. These are real human beings.
Are they incarcerated or on the
No, they have them. They're on the lookout for them.
they're on the run?
Yeah, they're on the run. Look at this young man right here. Look no more than 18, and he has $55,892.
God, how many kids he has?
And one child. It's a number of children. One child. Now you tell me, does that make any sense?
Yes,
You know, something has got to be done, Louisiana. And another thing, Ms. Brenda, we've got to go through the legislation. We've got to get somebody to sponsor a bill saying that they should not take our young men for child support like that, because of the simple fact is that y'all crooked. You know, there need to be some type of remedy. You know,
Exactly.
You take the child for 6 months. I'm gonna take the child for 6 months. You don't pay nothing. I don't pay nothing. But we have joint custody. Ain't no such thing as 2 minutes, we gotta wrap it up.
Okay.
Ain't no such thing as, oh, because I birthed the child, I need to keep the child all the time. No. We both had the baby, we both made the baby, and both of us gonna take equal responsibilities. Miss,
Yeah, I know. I mean, in a child support, they also, the woman gotta pay half and the man gotta pay half.
yes, ma'am.
You making, let me see, right here, like you make $900.
Okay.
The father would pay 100. I mean, you pay 100, they split it 50-50. So he would be paying $50, she would be paying $50.
Oh,
Yes, but they don't do that. Them women don't pay 1 red cent.
they don't pay 1 red cent. And some of them need to be paying something. You know, well, we only have like a minute left. In closing, Miss Brenda, go ahead and say something.
Okay, and this is for, let me see, and for six children,
6
they
children.
pay $121 if you make what, $900 a month.
What?
Yes.
For 6 children, you pay.
$121. Yes.
Oh, my
And they
land.
split that $121.
They split it.
Yeah, it's
And-
not supposed to be just the father. It's supposed to be the lady.
Well, I don't think the father would mind paying.
Yeah, but they're not doing that. They're putting it all on the dad.
They're putting it all on the dad.
Yes,
That is correct. Well, we want to thank everybody that participated, brother.